So basically for this problem, write a standard form equation for the line which pass through those two points. So given 2 points, to find the equation is not very difficult. First, we need to find out the slope passing through those points. The way to do this problem is that you first label it. This is x1 and the y1. This is x2 and the y2. So the slope basically, in the algebra is actually use m to represent. So slope m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, going to be equal to, so y2 is -5. The first step, you always just plug in the value, and the minus y1, and y1 you kind of just, because it's a negative number, you add a parenthesis to make it very clear. Then x2 is just -5, and minus x1 is just 1. So this going to be negative going to be positive. So -5 plus 1 equal to -4. And -5 minus 1 going to be -6. So going to be 2/3, because negative cancels, and this is going to be actually equal to, 2 multiply 2 and 2 multiply 3. So we cancel the common 2, we got this as a slope. So writing like line pass through 2 points is always a 2-step deal. Then we need to use the point slope form. So the point slope form of the line is that y minus y1 equal to m x minus x1. So basically, we still using the same number to plug in, and y minus y1 is at minus y1 is -1, so equal to m. M is 3 2/3 x minus x1 is just 1. So basically, usually when you do this problem, you have to convert into the slope intercept form. So this is going to be 2/3 x minus 2/3. And here is y. Y basically here is +1, -1 equals, so +1 is on this side. +1, we have to -1 on both sides. So this is going to be -1. And so we move this +1 to the other side, become -1. So y equal 2/3 x, and 2/3 minus 1 going to be -1 and 2/3. So this is the answer. I think we haven't done this yet. We did 4 and 5, so we don't have to do those two. And what is the slope of the line perpendicular to the graph of the equation? So first we need to convert this into the slope intercept form to find the slope. The slope intercept form, we basically need to solve for y. To solve for y, basically we will get, we can plus 2y on both sides. So we will get 4x equal to 2y plus 3. Then we will just move the -3 move 3 to the other side. So basically we will -3 on both sides, plus we're going to swap the order. So basically 2y, because we already -3 is canceled out. Then the other side is going to be 4x. and minus 3. And here then we can divide by 2 on both sides. Y equal to, divide 2 on both sides, going to be 2x minus 3/2. So the slope going to be 2. So what is the slope of the line perpendicular to the graph? So the perpendicular line, the slope, so for the m, multiply 2, going to be -1. Because for perpendicular line, their slope multiplied together will be -1. So basically, this is the equation we need to solve. And m going to be equal to -1/2. So that's going to be the answer. And I think we already did this problem because last time we actually did it. And so we're going to skip to 162. And so find y coordinate when two lines are perpendicular. So here, basically, if the graph are perpendicular, what is the value of the b? So we're going to calculate the slope of both equation. And to calculate slope, we solve for y. So for the first one is 2x minus 5y equal to 7. We solve for y. We're going to move the 5y on the other side, 2x. And basically, you actually can do this. Let me show you. You can do like, we need to plus 5y on both sides to move it to the other side. We also going to do the minus 7 on both sides. So this is going to be moved to this side. So when we do this on both sides, if you really do it, basically, this side 5y going to be canceled and going to be minus 7. And the other side, we're going to 5y going to be here and the 7 going to be canceled. Then y going to be, so if we swap side, y going to be 2x divided by 5 minus 7 divided by 5. So the slope is 2/5. This is the for the first equation. For the second equation, we're going to also solve for y. So it's so 10x plus by equal to 7. What we're going to do is minus 10x on both sides to move x on the other side. Then we got by equal to negative 10x plus 7. And y going to be, we divide b on both sides, we're going to get negative 10 over bx plus 7 over b. So in order for those two lines to be perpendicular, their slope, this is the second line slope, this is the first line slope. So 2/5 multiply negative 10b going to be -1. So here, we just multiply -1 on both sides. So this is multiply -1 on both sides. We will cancel out this. And then we can cancel the number. This is because we can write into 2 multiply 5. So 5 going to be canceled out. And here we got actually 4 over b going to be equal to 1 and b equal to 4. So that's going to be the answer. And then let's try this one. Write the standard form of the equation which has the x and y intercept of equation y equal to 4 9x minus 8. switched. So basically, this problem is at least a two-step problem. And so first we're going to draw a picture to find the x-intercept and y-intercept. Also, we can just use, because if it's a equation that this line, y-intercept is -8. So we can say that, this is, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is -8. And the slope of this line is 4 9ths, means that for every 9, horizontally, it goes up 4. So basically, we will be able to draw this very, so this is -4, this is -8. So for every 9, this is 2, 4, 6, 8. This is going to be 9 and 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. So for every 9, so every 9, it's going to rise 4. And for every 9, it's going to be rise 4. So we know that for it's going to hit the other line at 18. So 18 and 0. So basically this line, if we draw it this way, and I can also verify that, the x and y-intercept is -4. It's naturally, you can already tell it. And I can find 18 by just setting y equal to 0. If y equal to 0, then basically 0 equal to 4 9x minus 8. Then I plus 8 on both sides. Then basically 8 equal to 4 9x. Then I can x basically equal to 8. 8 divided by this number equal to multiply its reciprocal. So multiply 9/4, and this I cancel it out to be 18. So basically I can figure out, 18 as the x-intercept by two ways, by drawing the picture, or I can do it by just plugging 0 in y. So after I done this, then it's asking me to sort of write the standard form of the equation, which has the x and the y-intercept equation switched. So basically, I need to switch the x and x-intercept and the y-intercept. So x-intercept is 18, and right now I need to make the y-intercept 18. So basically, y-intercept 18, y-intercept going to be really high up around here. So, and I need to make the equation that, so x-intercept go from x-axis to the y-axis. Then this is the y-intercept. Y-intercept need to go from y-axis to x-axis. So it's going to be here. So this is going to be the new line, which we will be care about. And this obviously satisfy certain criteria. So basically we know that y-intercept is 18. So basically it's y equal to mx plus 18, because the x-intercept became y-intercept. Then we need to know the slope. The slope, basically, we have two endpoints already. So this endpoint is basically -8 and 0. And this endpoint is 0 and 18. And we can calculate the slope of this line to fill in m by calculating the value. And so we can set this to be x1 and y1. And this is x2 and y2. So basically m, the slope of this line passing through -8, 0, and 0, 18, going to be equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 equal to x2 or y2 is 18 minus. Do you see that how helpful it is if you label it right, so you will not confuse? And y2 is 18, y1 equal to 0, and the x2 is going to be 0 minus, and x1 going to be -8. So this going to be like 18 divided by 8 equals 2 multiply 9 and 2 multiply 4. We can cancel this out. So this is, slope is 9/4. So basically we got 9/4 x plus 18. So this going to be our answer. And right, oh, excuse me. So basically, I write this into a called because I'm in the wrong form. It needs a standard form. Standard form needs to be ax plus by equal to c. So this is called slope-intercept form. So I need to expand this into this form. So let me write it down. So I have, so certain problems have more step to go through. Y equal to 9/4 x plus 18. So I'm going to like move this to this side. So this is going to be minus 9/4 x. So y minus 9/4 x plus equal to 18. And then basically, I'm going to multiply 4 on both sides. So because I don't like this to be a fraction, and multiply 4 going to be negative 9x plus 4y equal to 72. So this is in the form of ax plus by equals to c. And sometimes, if you don't like the equation to be started with negative, you can actually do it this way. You can say 9x minus 4y equal to negative 72. So both are right. And so let's try to do this problem. And what is the length of the graph of y equal to 430x minus 8 is within the fourth quadrant? So basically, what we are drawing, let me turn on the grid. So what we are drawing is that this is a linear equation, so extremely easy to, so like the y-intercept is -8. So let's say each grade is 2. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8. So -8 is here. And then we need to know that the line is basically 4, 3. So for every 3 horizontally it goes, it will rise 4. So this is in order to rise 4. This is 4. I'm going to go 3. So for every 3 it goes, it will rise 4. And this is a hypotenuse, so this is 5. Every 3, so after drawing the picture, you're going to get 10. The graph of this in the fourth quadrant. So this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant is 10. Just by drawing the picture. And you can also trying to so let me do the second way. Second way to calculate it is that you know it's -8, 0 and -8. Then I can try to calculate the x-intercept. X-intercept is just set y to 0. So 0 equal to 4/3 x minus 8. And 8 going to be equal to 4/3 x. And x equal to 8. Divide this equal to multiply reciprocal, going to be it's 3/4 and equal to 6, so x equal to 6. So here I got 6 and a 0. So given those 2 points, I can calculate. So here I kind of just by doing this, I can calculate it out because I know that 3, 4, 5 is like a right triangle with 5 as a hypotenuse, and with 2 legs is 1 is 3, 1 is 4. And but if you are given those 2 numbers with 2 points, one is 6, 0, and the other is -8 or 0 and then -8. What you can do is trying to calculate distance by this is x0, x1 and y1, and this is x2 and y2. So the distance of 2 points on the coordinate plane is, you can do it like square root of x 2 minus x1 and you know, y2 minus y1. So basically this is going to be equal to, then we begin to plug in the number, and then x2 equal to 6 minus x1 equal to 0, and plus, and y2 equals to 0, and y1 equal to -8. So this is going to be equal to 6 squared plus, and minus a negative number equals add. So a squared, and this is going to be 10. So basically, you know, we're still getting the same result. Let's go to the last one, and we will go to the, so integral coordinate x and y are selected such that 0 is less equal to x less equal to y less equal to 5. How many distinct value of m are possible if the graph of the equation y equal to m x passes through the point x and y? So first we need to turn on the grid and trying to find the coordinate system. So here is the coordinate system, and this is the origin, 0 and 0. And so x and y need to be less than 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And x need to be less than y. So basically, let's say that this is the, for example, this is 1 and 0. 1 and 0 is not legit because x is actually greater than y. But this is actually legit. For example, 1 and 1 is legit because this is 1 and 1. Because 1 is greater than 0 and x less equal to, that's fine. And let's see this point. This point is also works because that's going to be 1 and 2, and it also works. So this is a working, and this one do not work. This one because it's 2, 1, and so basically inside this area, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. inside this area, this is the working, how many distinct value of the M that pass through point. So these are the grid point, which is legit. And so, and including, we have a single point here and 2 point and 3 point and a 4 point and 5 point and 6 point here. So basically these are all the possible value. And so this will not be possible because this is a vertical line. Vertical line M is infinity. So basically, these 5 point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, those 6 points do not yield a legit M. But this does. For example, this is 5 and 1. So it has this line, the slope is 5. Then this line slope is 4. So basically, through this row, this column do not yield any. And this column yield 5 possible value, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this we have 5. So we kind of circle around here. Then for the second one, this is already a line passing through the same point. So we don't overcount it. And this one basically, it has it rise 3 and run 2, so 3 half. So this is a legit one. And this one basically will pass through this line. It's not going to count it. And this one basically it's run 2 and rise 5. It's 5 over 2. It's different from the 5 value here. The 5 value on here is just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So here we actually have 2 extra value and 3 half and 5 half. Those 2 numbers are legit here. And this one, basically, we have run 3, rise 4. So going to be 4 third. It's a legit one. And here we basically run 3 and rise 5. And the 5 third is also legit one. It's not different from any one previous. So we have 2 extra. Then the last column, this is a duplicated one. We already have slope 1. And this one, we basically has a new slope. We run 4, rise 5. So 5 fourths. And the last one is already the slope 1. We don't have extra one. So we have 5 on this column. We have 2 on this column. We have 2 extra on this column. Then we have the last one on this column. So if we add them up, 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 going to be equal to 10. So we have like 10 possible distinct value of M as the slope given this condition. So this is the way that we did last time's homework. Okay, I think, did anyone has question for last time's homework? Hopefully last time's homework is not too easy, so I just try to explain it all. I also record a video, so basically, if you have any question, you can actually, review the video and see how it was done. Also, one thing is that I didn't really do this problem beforehand. So I'm going to double check once, just make sure that I'm not making any mistakes. So basically, if I do any typo or any mistake, basically, it could just, give you wrong guidance on the work. I just want to make sure that I'm not trying to giving any, wrong information in case I make any mistake. Yeah, so this is algebra key solutions, and let me just double check all of those. So Here is 1020. 1020 is -1. My answer is -1. That's right. And the second question is 16 over 15, 1120. 1120, 16 over 15, that's right. And then the third problem, 1220. 1220 is 2x minus 3y equals 5. Oh, this is where sometimes the form matters. Actually, it's asking for standard form, which I kind of ignored. So sometimes you just have to, I think my question should be right. Let me just further simplify it. So here, this is point, this is not standard form. Standard form, I had to multiply. I had to put x and y on the same side, and then I need to multiply it up. So basically, I will just do I'm going to minus 2/3 x on both sides, then trying to simplify it. To move this to this side is going to be y minus 2/3 x equal to negative. I'm going to equal to negative like 5/3 because I'm going to multiply 3 on both sides in the end. And usually they prefer x to be positive. So I'm going to multiply -3 on both sides. After I multiply -3 on both sides, I'm going to get 2x and then minus 3y equal to 5. So basically that's going to be, so yeah, 2x minus 3y equal to 5. So you have to pay attention to the form. A lot of time you just have to be, stay with what is slope. So 1320, 1320 negative 1/2. So basically my answer is right. And this one going to be, I already did those two last time. Then let's do this. B equal to 4, 1620. B equal to -4. B equal to 4. Yeah, B equal to 4 is right. So basically that's the right answer. And let's try to do this one. 1720. 1720 is 9x minus 4y equal to negative 9x minus 4y equal to negative 72. Yeah, that's right. So I did it right. Then 180 is 10. The answer is 10. Yeah, answer is 10. 1920. 18920 is 10 possible way. Yeah, this is 10 possible way. It's quite complicated, but I kind of get it right. Okay, so basically, we actually did this right. So let's go to the next section. I think, this might be a little bit difficult if you first exposed to it, but since this is a competition material that there are not much option and we have to challenge the difficult ones, and we really need to stay on track to improve ourselves. That's the only way to be excel in the competition. And so let's get to it. So the last time we actually talked about linear equation and the way to solve it. And today we're going to talk about the system of equations. So let's go to the um, system of the equations. And let me ship the material over from my lab, class lab. So this is the system of equations. Um, so the system of equation is just you have two or more equations to represent the relationship between multiple variables. And solving for the variables of equation is called solving the system of equations. So there are two common techniques used in solving system of equation. One is called substitution and the other called elimination. And for substitution, basically, um, you will just substitute one of the variable into one equation into the other. And then let's just go through the example and trying to work on it. So this problem and to evaluate basically is the simplest substitution. You kind of just see that 2 multiply 5 because it's tell you it's 5 minus 3 multiply 4 plus 7 multiply -3. That's going to be like 10 minus 12 minus 21. So this going to be, if you negative those, going to be -33. 10 minus, so it's going to be 10 minus 33 equal to minus 23. And so the second example is going to evaluate the next one. And what is the value of x in equation of y equal to 2x minus 4 when y equal to 7? So this basically just plug in. It's like calculating the x-intercept. Or actually not x-intercept, just x value when y equal to 7. So you plug in 7, 7 equal to 2x minus 4, and 2x equal to 11, and x equal to 11 half. And this is just evaluating the simple ones, and we kind of really going to get into the evaluate like this. Then the third example, we are going to equation system. So basically, what is the value of y in this equation when x equal to y minus 5? Trying to calculate the y value. So basically, because x is already solved, because x is represented by y, we kind of just plug into it. So y equals to 2. See the magic here? X is represented by y, so I just plug in y minus 5 here in the placeholder of x. So this is the idea of the substitution. So y equal to 2y minus 10 minus 4, and then basically we minus y on both sides to move this to the other side. Then here is negative 14, and we also plus 14 on both sides. So here, by doing this is something that if you need to do the calculation, it's best is to label the action you're going to apply on both sides. So here, on this side, on the left side, I'm going to cancel out y and get a plus 14. And the right side, I'm going to 2y became 1y because I minus y. And then this is negative 14 and plus 14 going to cancel. So y equal to 14. So that's the final answer. So the system of the equation, in this form, x is already solved. A lot of time, it's not being solved. It's just asking you for the next example. Basically, it's asking you like this is like you have equation system. You have x plus 3y equals 4, and also x minus 2y equal to negative 4. So basically, this is what it's asking you. And so what we can do is that, we can use the second equation. We can use the second equation to solve for x. For example, the second equation, if we move negative 2y on the other side, we will get x equal to negative 2y or equal to 2y minus 4. So this is 1, this is 2. So from 2, we got this. So this is 3. And 3 can be plugged back into 1. So 3 plug to 1, we got 2y minus 4. So the x being replaced by this part. And plus 3y equal to 4. And here add together 5y going to be equal to 8, and y equal to 8/5. And then basically we will be able to, so this is the 4, and we can plug 4 back into 3. So plug 4 to 3. So this goes here, and x going to be equal to 2 multiply 8/5 minus 4 and equal to 16/5 minus 5, because we need to 4 multiply 5 equal to 20. So going to be equal to negative 4/5. So x equal to negative 4/5 and y equal to 8/5. So basically we add them together, x plus y equal to negative 4/5 plus 8/5, going to be 4/5. So that's the final answer. So this is the substitution. Then we also, actually substitution may not be the most convenient method we are using. Usually people use more on the elimination. So let's try to see the example of elimination. So this is the example of the elimination, is that we actually, especially, for example, especially if you have certain coefficient already the same, this is +5, this is -5, if you just add 1 to 2. So 1 plus 2, basically you can actually add it this way. And so this added is going to be 5x, and this is y going to cancel out. So 0y and equal to, this going to be like 15, and x going to be equal to 3. X equal to 3, then we can plug into, so this is we can plug into one of the equation, for example, 1. So 2 multiply 3, because x already solved, plus 5y equal to -4. And here 5y going to be -4 minus 6. And then y going, this is -10. So -10 divided by 5 equals to -2. So basically these are the two answers. And we solve it under 1, so we actually can double check on 2. So let's double check on 2 to see if we get everything right or not. So 3 multiply x is 3, and minus 5 multiply y is -2, going to be equal to this, going to be 9. And minus equal positive, plus 10 going to be 19. So everything checks out. So this is the elimination. So system of the equation, this is a simple one. It's so obvious that, the coefficient is exactly the same. I'm going to present an example that coefficients are not exactly the same. You have to make a choice. So basically for this problem, and none of the coefficient on x and y are the same, exactly opposite. So we need to choose which one we're going to cancel, which one going to eliminate. First, we judge for y, judge x. X coefficient is 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are co-prime, so their LCM, least common multiple of 2 and 3, going to be equal to 6. So, you are going to deal with 6. And so this is a decent one. The other one, let's judge y. Judge y, y coefficient is 3 and a -4. They are also co-prime, and LCM 3, 4, and you don't really have to carry the negative sign, and because it's going to be 12. So y seems to be a bigger, more troublesome number to eliminate. So let's stay with x. So in order to use elimination, we had to bring both equation up to their LCM, least common multiple. So this is 1, this is 2. So 1 need to multiply 3 in order to bring x to 6. So 1 multiply 3, we got 6x and plus 9y equal to 63. And then, so this is, then we also need to multiply 2 because 3x multiplied 2 is going to be 6x. Then we can eliminate. Then this is going to be 6x minus 2 multiply -4 equal to -8 and equal to 2 multiply this going to be -90. So we're going to minus this. So the top, this is 3 and 4. We're going to 3 equation 3 minus equation 4. We're going to get this cancels. This is going to be 17y going to be equal to this added minus a negative number equal to plus it. So going to be 153. And y equal to, so let's try to 153 divided by 17. And so looks like going to be 9. This actually works. So y equal to 9. And then we actually is able to plug this result into any of the previous one. Let's say plug into 1 in order to calculate it. So basically 2x plus 3 multiply y equal to 9, multiply 9 equal to 21, and 2x going to be, this is 27, move to the other side, going to be 21 going to be -6, x equal to -3. So we actually plug into this, and we actually need to plug the answer back into to double check. So plug into the second equation, and 3 multiply -3 minus 4 multiply 9 going to be equal to -9 minus 36 equal to -45. So that's checks. So that is the equation solving for the so the equation solving, we actually commonly will meet some the word problem. And let's try some word problem. And I'm going to show. So this is the word problem. Actually, speed problem is always a the very classic topic on the word problem. And here's one that Kelly and Jason are going out for a run, and Kelly leaves 2 minutes before Jason. If Kelly runs 7 miles an hour and Jason runs 9 miles per hour, how long will it take for Jason to catch up to Kelly? So this type of problem, we can just draw the picture like this. So Kelly and Jason. So Kelly leaves 2 minutes before Jason. So after 2 minutes, when Kelly already run for 2 minutes, so this is the 2 minute distance. 2 minute head start. And Jason began to run with Kelly together. So they are both running this direction. And how long will it take for Jason to catch up? So let's assume they catch up at this point. So this is where they together, Kelly and Jason, at some point. And it's going to be fairly easy to calculate. And if you know the concept of relative speed, because Kelly runs 7 miles per hour, runs 9 miles per hour. So basically their speed difference is actually 9 minus 7 equals 2. Their head start, Kelly's head start is actually 2 minutes. And 2 minutes because we need to use the same unit because it's using miles an hour, so we cannot use 2 minutes. And we have to use 2 out of 60. That's we have to convert into hour. So 2 out of 60 hour multiply 7, going to be like, we can cancel this part. This is because 1 multiply 2 and 2 multiply 30, so we cancel this. So basically, it's going to be 1 out of 30s and multiply 7. So it's 7 out of 30. 7 out of 30 is the distance that Kelly run in, a 2 minutes. So basically, if you really understand this very well, you actually can do it this way, that the time take for Jason to catch up is actually 7 out of 30 and divide by 2. This is the distance, this is the speed. Distance divided by speed equal to time. So divide by 2 equal to like 7 divided by 60. So that's 7 minutes is the work that will take for. But we can set up equations. So let's try to set up equation. So basically we can cater to the equation system. So let's assume that Kelly, Kelly is and Jason basically let's using the typical formula. So case, rate, time, and the distance, and to try to solve this problem. And so what we can do, and if let's say that you totally have no concept about this relative speed, and then we actually have to set up 2 variables. One variable, for example, is the distance. For example, when they catch up. So let's say, the distance, let's say D. And so D is here. And then we can also say how long it takes for Jason to catch up. So let's say this is the minute. So one is M, one is D. So you can set 2 variables. So what we are doing is that this is for Kelly, and this is for Jason. And this is a very systematic way to do it, right? So for Jason, take M minute. So the hour wide, it's divided by 60. So M, this is on the time column. So M divided by 60. And so the rate of Jason is 9 miles per hour. So that's 9. And the distance going to be D. And here, The rate of Kelly is 7. It was a given information, and the time Kelly spent 2 minutes more than Jason. So basically it's n plus 2 over 60 to account for the 2-minute head start. And this multiplies this going to be D, and this multiplies this going to be D2. Because there are two variables, D is just a placeholder for us to create the equation. So basically, we can just, even we design two variable, we actually could just ignore this because 7 multiply m plus 2 over 60 going to be equal to 9 multiply m divided by 60. So that's the way that we can manage this. And because 60 is just an extra value, which not necessarily useful, we can just multiply 60 on both sides. We got 7m. So this going to be gone. And 7m, and we have to distribute into it, plus 14 going to be equal to 9m. And then 14 going to be equal to, going to be minus 9m, minus 7m on both sides. So basically equal to 2m. And the m going to be equal to 7. So basically, so this, the second method is a much more systematic way to do the this type of the problem. And we're going to go through a whole lot of problem on the speed and the word problem. We're going to master it. So this is just a start. I think we covered enough for the last time. We covered all the homework last time. We also cover the new topic. So I'm going to assign the new homework for today. And then if there's any difficulty on finishing the homework, we're going to go over it next week. And you can also nominate which problem. Sometimes we don't have enough time to go through all the problem. We will just cover the problem people nominate. I think that will be the most case. Okay, I think that's all for today, and have a nice one, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.